That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff. But
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Yeah, sir. Welcome back to the channel. What's up, everybody? If you are new to the channel, this is the Road to 5K Subs. My name is Rashad Milligan, and today it wasn't the most eventful day. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I had like one thing in mind earlier. I tried to set up an interview to get March Madness legend on stream and stuff like that to talk about things that are relevant to kind of today's March Madness and stuff, especially on the men's side. But that kind of fell through. I hit him up and he was like, yeah, I could do tonight or tomorrow. I said, okay, great. What time tonight? Nothing. So I was like, I wanted to follow up right before I went live. I was like, hey, no, it's late. I typed out the message and I was like, oh, it feels too close to begging for me. So I just let it go. It is what it is. And I usually, when I let things go with interviews or people who are supposed to be on stream and stuff like that, I'm like, okay, I'm doing this on a regular basis now, so I should be able to fill it in with the content and still put out a quality type of show, quality type of day. Today is just like kind of dry. Like the main thing that happened today was basketball in the men's and women's side, and both of the games were just like they were just blowouts today. There was no like intriguing game. I think the closest game that I watched personally was the Norfolk State Maryland game. That was like the closest game that I watched today. And even that got to like a double-digit game with about 2-3 minutes left. And at that point, it's like, oh, okay. And Maryland just started dribbling out the clock at that point. So it was just even the Hawks game. And you watching the NBA for a little minute before the LSU game tonight. And that was a blowout. Like the Hawks won by 20 because Steph didn't play over the Golden State Warriors, you know. So it's just like weird day on social media. The only thing they're talking about is the morning routine guy. His name is apparently Ashton. He played football with Alcorn State as a running back. And yeah, man, it's not much things of substance from the day to talk about when it comes to current events and things of that sort. But in the event of no news and nothing notable happening, comes reaches of social media, and it's like, oh, you're gonna do a video over there, you're gonna do news on that, that's not newsworthy. Well, on a day like today, it is. So the question of the day is, hold on now, wait for it. Are y'all ready? I can't go to the game with my cousin. That's the question of the night. What's wrong? I can't help my cousin go to the basketball game. It's the NCAA tournament. I can't help my cousin go to the basketball game. So Juju, after whooping down on who they whooped down, first round, right? Easy work, blowout, won by about 50-60. Juju gets banged up once, comes back in the game, gets banged up again. Right? They still win the game, 50-60 points, just like every other team that was an upper seed did today. It was so annoying. Oh my goodness. My bracket is just a mess. We'll get to that later. My bracket is a mess though. So after every other team, right, they win the 50 games. Since USC is hosting the first couple rounds in their region of the bracket, right? Juju goes in the stands and she goes to scout the team that she's probably going to face next between Mississippi State and who did Mississippi State play? Cal, right? Mississippi State and Cal. So Mississippi State and Cal come up, right? She's sitting in the crowd watching the game. Then the cameras all of a sudden show Jayden Daniels and Juju sitting next to Jayden Daniels, and they laughing and cracking. Then I get a text. Man, Juju smiling awfully a lot around Jayden Daniels. She usually doesn't show that much emotion. And when I'm looking at, I'm like, oh, Jayden's smiling too. And I'm like, but however, I have seen Jayden with next to Angel Reese at Angel Reese and stuff like that at the celebrity football game and flag football game. And you know, he had Angel Reese smiling too. And you were smiling alongside Angel Reese. It's in Angel Reese's vlog if you want to go on her channel and watch her celebrity football game vlog and stuff like that. But it was like maybe You know, obviously Jayden Daniels looks like a guy who really respects his mom. His mom's always with him and stuff like that. She's like the leader of his team and things of that sort. Maybe he's just a guy who just is very makes women feel very at ease, very safe, and very comfortable because he's so close to his mom, and his mom, you know, just dealing with her as a woman and stuff like that. He just knows how to make women feel safe and comfortable. That's what I saw it as initially. But a lot of people were like, ooh, eye emojis is a ooh, Juju and Jayden sitting in the tree. SITTING at the game at USC. They watching the NCAA tourney. And they just smiling and they just gassing it up. And then I seen someone say they're cousins. I said, hold on. And it makes sense because they're both from Southern California. They're both from the Cali area, right? So it's like, I was like, okay, that makes sense. I'm like, oh, well, I feel stupid. And then I Googled it. Juju Watkins, Jayden Daniels' cousins, right? And this is what came up. And I screenshotted it, and I'll explain why I screenshotted it. Let me see. I'm going to have to go here and see if I could do it like this. Hold on. How can you do it if you... Okay, cool. You do it like this. So here's the screenshot. AI overview. Yes, Jayden Daniels and Juju Watkins are cousins, as evidenced by a post on Instagram where Daniels' brother, God's Messengers, mentions attending Watkins' state playoff basketball game and referring to her as his quote-unquote cousin. So that was out, right? That was what the AI overview was, right? And then my boy was like, yo, I don't trust AI at all. This is an AI overview. Whoop, whoop. I say, I get it. It's robots, machines coming up with random search terms and coming up with the ultimate conclusion and summary based off of search terms that they found on the internet, right? And the thing that you were looking for. So I get it. Anyways, I go back to it maybe like an hour or two later. And let's just do this here, right here, live. We'll do it live. Forget it. All right. Jayden Daniels' cousins. Here we go. All right. We're going to share this screen once again. Juju Watkins, Jayden Daniels' cousins. It's no longer there, bro. It's no longer there. It's no longer there, bro. And people are talking about their age difference. There is an age difference. Jayden Daniels is 24. Juju's 19. However, Jayden just got out of college, and Juju's not a freshman. She's been in college for a couple of years. Let me see. He looks happy. I'm definitely jealous. Like you, Juju. Those jeans. Y'all be weird about the girl thing. Mama's gonna squash this real quick. Looks like mom, but younger version. They are cousins. Okay. Where did the cousins things go? Are they cousins? No one is saying this. It got scrubbed off the internet that they're cousins. Like it was a thing, literally, a couple hours ago. I just showed you the screenshot. I screenshot it. I sent it to my friends. We had a whole discussion about, well, not a whole discussion, but like one of my friends responded with the message, and that was it. And we kind of moved on to the next thing, started joking about the morning routine guy again. But it got scrubbed off the internet. Thought that was pretty interesting. I don't know if this is much of anything. And to be honest, it goes back to the Travis Hunter situation. When we were speaking about Travis Hunter, I wouldn't say we, but when the internet was largely speaking about Travis Hunter and giving him quote unquote advice on how to deal with his girlfriend, when Travis Hunter's like, 20, 21, 22, a college age student kid, and grown adults in their 30s, 40s, 50s, I like, Trav, you need to do this. You need to do this, Trav. It just came across as real corny because it's like, these are college kids. Jayden Daniels was literally just a college kid a few months ago, and Juju's a college kid now. So I say all of that to say it really should not concern a lot of us grown folks about these college students' dating lives. I think that's weird. If it is anything beyond just like Jayden Daniels makes women feel comfortable and uh yeah, if it is and they're not cousins. If it is anything beyond that, it's weird speaking about a college student's dating life at my big age. Now, for y'all, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, like, y'all might be young, you know what I'm saying? That makes sense for y'all, you know what I'm saying? That definitely makes sense for y'all. But for me, I'm t- I'm I'm self-aware to recognize I'm too old to be doing that because I feel like at a certain age it starts to look just creepy and corny. But it was funny. People were talking about his mom, and then ESPN posted the one with his mom in the middle, and there was that. So there's that. Maybe that's the end of the saga. Hopefully it is, and we could just because as you guys know, the ball gets more and more serious as we head deeper into the tournament and everything like that. Okay. I'm gonna go with the bracket. Should I go with the bracket? I'll go with the bracket since we're on the topic of basketball. Before I go to this news thing with Boosie that you guys see in the headline. All right, so I'm gonna go to my bracket, man. It's all the way busting, and like I said, I've learned my lesson. I'm never going with the upset again, bro. I'm just gonna vote higher seeds, upper seeds for every single thing. Richmond and Georgia Tech from last night got that wrong. Picked the lower seed. Ole Miss picked the higher seed, right? Baylor picked the higher seed, right? Florida State higher seed, right? LSU higher seed, extremely right. They won by 60. Goodness gracious. Uh Michigan State, Harvard picked the lower seed, wrong. Harmony Turner, amazing career, 24 points. I think she had like 5 rebounds and 4 assists tonight. Amazing career. And she tweeted, "Nerds can still hoop." I want to see Harmony Turner in the WNBA. I want to see Diamond Johnson in the WNBA. And yeah, and I want Brittany Griner home by Christmas. Shout out to Vin Diesel. And I want to see Haley Van Lith get drafted before the middle of the second round. I believe she should get drafted before the late second round. No, she deserves more respect than late second round. She should really go in the first round if we talking. But yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. NC State higher seed picked them. I won. USC picked them higher seed. They won by 50. Goodness gracious. This game, Cal and Mississippi State. I didn't trust Mississippi State enough. I should have picked Mississippi State. What was I thinking? I was picking the 9 for everybody else. I think Mississippi State, they had double-digit losses in the season, and I just wasn't feeling that confident about their game right now. So I picked against them. That was stupid. They won by double digits. Excuse me. Kansas State, higher seed, they won. Kentucky, higher seed, they won. Iowa, higher seed, they won. Oklahoma, higher seed over Florida Gulf Coast, they won. South Dakota State, lower seed. I picked this one correctly, man. Me and Keen picked this one correctly. This was just a matter of I looked at South Dakota State. I looked at every single team before I picked the game. I did it live here on the channel and stuff like that. South Dakota State only lost 3 games, and they were on like a 20-something game winning streak at the time. So it's like, who am I? Just you know what I'm saying? Like people be overlooking stuff like that. I don't. I peep it all, bro. So that's why I picked them, and they end up winning. So I got that one right. That's the only like lower seed game that I got right, other than the 8-9, which don't even really count for real, in my opinion. UConn, higher seed, won by about 70. If it wasn't for a half court shot at the buzzer from Arkansas State, they would have lost by 70. Sheesh, Louise. TCU won by 20. Up higher seed wins again. Louisville, higher seed wins again. Notre Dame, higher seed wins again. Michigan and Iowa State. I picked the lower seed and the higher seed won. I'm done picking lower seeds. In the women's bracket, no more lower seeds. I got to preserve the bracket, bro. I feel like if you literally pick just the top highest rated seeds, the entire bracket, you'll probably place in like the top 75% in the country, bro. Because I gotta be near the bottom right now. I'm not even gonna hold you. I thought Audie Chris was gonna get it done. You know, she didn't get it done. Audie Beamer Benz with the roof up, still on the scoop lunch. But hopefully Notre Dame can beat Michigan and save me a little bit from all my misery. Ohio State, upper hand again. I picked Ohio State. I got that right. Tennessee, higher seed. I picked Tennessee, and I got that right. Illinois and Creighton. I picked Creighton, a lower seed. Illinois won. Dang. And it was a 9-point game. And then Texas, I picked over a High Point. Respect the High Point. Texas won by 40. These first round games is stupid, bro. A lot of these first round games is crazy, dude. Like, it's too many of these games at 60, 50, 40, 30 point, differences, bro. In the tournament, like, we definitely need just some, I feel like, better talent all around, like at more of the mid majors and stuff like that. Like I said, salute to Harvard as always, right? Salute to the Ivy League schools, but these mid majors are losing by 60 points, bro. Don't nobody want to watch that. Don't nobody want to watch no 60-point loss in the NCAA tournament. It's supposed to be the postseason, bro. And it's blowouts in the postseason. Like the national championship game in college football a couple years ago with Georgia was a blowout, right? They eating wings on the sideline, eating wings from the fans. They up by 50 points. But geez Louise, man, it's like every other game in the first round, 64 was like 60-point game, 50 point. It's like, gosh, is anybody evenly matched? I guess that's the answer right there. Oregon and Vanderbilt was a 4-point game. Deja Kelly proved me wrong. I should have picked the lower seed right there. Deja Kelly lives to fight another day. North Carolina, speaking of Deja Kelly, they beat Oregon. I got that right. West Virginia, I picked them over Columbia. I got that right. Norfolk State, Maryland, Norfolk put on a great fight. At the end of the day, Maryland pulled away by hitting 3 threes in a row for real. That's what really happened around 5 minutes. I know Diamond Johnson and the big that was at the podium and the coach. I don't know if the coach mentioned it. I don't think he did. But Diamond Johnson definitely mentioned it. And the other player, how they were just kind of frustrated with the calls in the first half. It really got them off to a sluggish start because they get into foul trouble in the first half. And now you have to play a little more conservative. You have to play kind of like this or whatever, kind of standoffish. And you play less minutes when you're in foul trouble. And that got them off to the wrong start and kind of set the tone for the rest of the game. Diamond Johnson said we play a little more physical in the MEAC, but I see it's not really necessarily the case in this league. And it just is what it is. But hopefully we can get a little more respect and a better whistle next time. So, obviously there is no next time for Diamond in college, but hopefully she makes a WNBA roster and we don't have to deal with no foolishness or no politics. Y'all know Diamond Johnson belongs in the W, bro. She belonged when she was at NC State. She belonged when she was at Rutgers. She belonged when she was on Team USA with the best of them, with everybody else that y'all got at the top of the mock boards. Diamond Johnson deserves to get drafted and highly. Speaking of people who deserve to get drafted and highly from HBCU, Zay Green in Alabama, they beat Green Bay by 14 points. So there's that as well. Keem had Norfolk State going to the Sweet 16, so I know his bracket took a hit. Indiana, I picked that one right. And South Carolina, of course, another 60-point blowout. Annoying. Okay, but yeah, man, I have to be doing terribly, bro. I'm in 35.7%, dude. I need to go to bracket therapy, bro, to talk about how just sad this is. This is crazy. I need to get on like anti-bracket depressant. I'm ranked in the 2 millions, bro. I didn't even know 2 million people did this exact bracket on ESPN every year, dude. It's bad, dude. This is terrible. This is horrific. And I didn't do no multiple brackets where I'm like, oh, I picked Georgia State, like when Georgia State used to be in, we used to have 2 brackets and we'd be like, oh, I'm picking Georgia State to win because go State. And then, you'd be like, oh, I am picking them. But this is terrible, bro. This is horrific. UConn, I guess if you want to give any type of analysis and the battle of the teams that won by 60, 70 points. And the battle of the teams that won by 60, 70 points, UConn looked really impressive in their 60-point win, more impressive than Texas did in their 50-point win, and more impressive than South Carolina did in their 60-point win. So if I want to do that, I guess I'll say, yeah, UConn did look really good. But I knew it. I called it. I think anybody really knew it. The fact that they not only didn't get like seeded as the last final number one seeded team, they were number two. They're a 2 seed. Boy, that's all the motivation you need to win a championship. That's why I got them winning it all, man, regardless of who they come across. And South Carolina, that game is going to be tough if they face South Carolina in a national championship. But them jokers is 2 months at the time of the game. They'll be 2 months removed from whooping South Carolina behind, boy. Whooping them by about 30 points on their gym. So I don't think you can just get over that South Carolina, A, psychologically that quick, and B, I don't think UConn can get over that in terms of just overall confidence of we can beat this team because we've seen us beat this team. As Gino joked, he said we didn't miss a shot. That game in South Carolina, AZ Fudd just went crazy. Page went crazy. The whole team did. They didn't miss much. But at the same time, it's like, dang, it's still, what I mean? It's still what it is. But yeah, man, that's all I had to say. I'm not a fan of the round of 64 this year. Was not a fan. It was a couple of moments. I'm not even gonna lie. A couple of moments in a couple of the games. It was like, oh, is this gonna happen? Is this gonna happen? And it obviously wasn't predictable because I got 35% right. And I'm ranked 2 millionth in the country. What is this? Ranked 2.3 million in the country? So it wasn't predictable. It was just the margin is ridiculous. Let's go. We'll do it right here. Nearly 40 points. Nearly 30 points. Nearly 20 points. Nearly 13 points. Respectable game. 13 points. Ooh. Let's see how many of these games have actually finished in single digits. We'll do it like that. Okay, we'll go from there. No. 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 Yes. So we got one. No. 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 Yes. We got two. No. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. No. Yes. No. No. Yes. No. 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 Yes. No. 7 games out of the 32 finished in single digits. So that means we had 25 games. Wait, hold on. Yeah. I had to make sure my math was right. Journalism major, y'all. 7 games in single digits. 25 games were double-digit losses, bro. Double-digit margins. I don't know who wants to see that. It's not me. But yeah, I know it's nothing new. I know it's something that happens every single year and everything. If you're new here, you new fans don't get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But geez Louise, bro. But the men's games haven't been that much better. Ain't been no men's game that was like, oh, heart beating. Like it was like the first 4 game with Alabama State. That was exciting. The Alabama State threw a full court pass and then hit a layup at the end. And the guy who hit the finger roll layup at the buzzer, like he just happens to be the fiance of the Southern women's basketball player who also won her first 4 games. Like that was beautiful. And then the Magnies game, Magnies against Clemson. Magnies is up by a gazillion. Excuse me. Clemson cuts it all the way down to 1 point, but they can never get over the hump and take the lead back. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of exciting, but it was really ugly. It's been no other games that has been exciting. Cooper Flag is kind of like still coming back from injury, but that was a blowout. UNC got blown out. Like there's no. Where is the spice? Where is the magic? Where's March? March, hello, are you there? We waiting for you. I feel like we have March in terms of just is games on all day, every day, during the day, late at night, in the middle of the day. Is games on. That's good. But none of the games are good so far. Like I just want some good games, bro. We all want some good games. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Okay, let's get to this Caleb Wilson topic, shall we? Okay, here we go. So yesterday I read the story from the Advocate. Shout out to the Advocate. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Advocate. This is written by Aiden McCallell. Oh, Aiden McCallell. Ooh. Anyways, but yeah. Yesterday I read the story about Boosie was donating a large part of his weekend festival funds in Baton Rouge to the Caleb Wilson scholarship, memorial scholarship, and that was going to go towards a person in the Human Jukebox Band, which is Southern University's, of course, famous marching band. Here's Mia speaking about it. Mia Monet, an anchor up there in Baton Rouge, she spoke about it on Instagram. New this morning, Boosie joins WBRZ to announce the Caleb Wilson Memorial Scholarship in partnership with the Human Jukebox and the Wilson family. In partnership with the Human Jukebox and the Wilson family. So apparently tonight or today, the Wilson family said, we ain't had no idea about this and we don't approve it. Boosie, why did you go and tell them folks that we bringing this bar to you in part by the family and the family ain't green light nothing? Details coming soon, but two requirements are you must be from New Orleans and you must be joining or planning to play for the Human Jukebox. Boosie, what are we doing, man? Caleb Wilson's parents object to Boosie bash using their son's name. Louisiana Attorney General Liz Morrell is threatening legal action against rapper Boosie for the use of Caleb Wilson's name for a scholarship fund, citing objections from Wilson's parents who say they were unaware their son's name was being used to promote a rap festival. On Friday, Baton Rouge native born Boosie, born Terrence Hatch Jr., announced he was launching the Caleb Wilson Memorial Scholarship during his 6th annual Boosie Bass 3-day rap festival this year, including Glorilla and the Baby, that takes place on Southern University's campus. Wilson, a Southern University student and trumpet player for the Human Jukebox, was unalive after an off-campus hazing ritual. Slow down, Rashad. Last month involving the Omega Psi Phi fraternity, sparking national attention and packed vigils on the campus and in New Orleans. Boosie told WBRZ he was working with the Wilson family in the Human Jukebox to initiate the scholarship, and that some of the proceeds from the festival will go to the scholarship fund. But according to a statement Saturday from Murrell, Wilson's parents did not give consent for organizers to use their son's name in connection to the event and are now requesting that his name, image, and any reference to a scholarship for him be removed from all promotional materials, according to a release from Morrell's office. Morrell said in an interview with The Advocate that Boosie contacted Wilson's family last week to request permission to use Caleb's name for a scholarship, which they approved. Okay, so they did approve it. But the family told Morrell the rapper failed to disclose his connection to the upcoming festival. So they say you can have a Caleb Wilson Memorial Foundation scholarship or Caleb Wilson. Hold on now. Hold on. You can have a make sure we get this right. You can have a Caleb Wilson Memorial Scholarship for a Human Jukebox player, but you just can't put it on the flyers at the Boosie Fest with Sexy Red and Glorilla and the Baby up there talking, hey, give me that. Give me that. You just can't do that. Like, we don't want our son's legacy to be tied to that. Even though the kid was 20, pledging Omega Psi Phi, he's probably like big fans of that. He'd be like, oh snap, Boosie doing that for me. Glorilla doing that for me. Sexy Red doing that. He's the biggest in the game right now. But I get it from the parents' side of just like, we don't want our son's name and legacy to be tied to that debauchery. So I get it. But anyway, yeah, a massive misrepresentation to the public. Sheesh. Uh Merle also said she's unaware of any firm commitment that the proceeds of the event will fund the scholarship, calling the situation a massive misrepresentation to the public. In her statement, Merle wrote, I intend to take legal action. Dang, she said, I intend to take, not no, they might take. I intend to take legal action due to the misappropriation of this name and image to promote their for-profit event. This is not a charitable event. Dang. Representatives for Boosie and the festival did not respond to the advocates' request for comment. However, WBRZ said it reached out to the rappers' representatives and they stood by Friday's interview. Dang, twin. Boosie. I pull up at the club, VIP, gas tank, all drinks on me. Wipe me down. See, here's the thing though. And I remembered this right after I got off stream last night. I'm not sure if anybody else pointed it out. If they did, I apologize. My bad. I was late. But if they didn't, I do remember this happening. I want to say this past year. This happened last year. This happened just a couple months ago in the in the classic, in the Bayou Classic. It did. Look at this. Hold on. I'm probably out to play it on mute. I'm gonna play it on mute. Boosie came out and performed with the Human Jukebox and Caleb Wilson just a few months ago at the Superdome. There it is right there. You see him? So it's like, am I sharing this tab? Okay, I am sharing this tab. Your browser. Okay. Cool. That's cool. We don't have audio here on the thing, but that's cool with me because of copyright anyways. But yeah, you see them right here. I'm looking to see if I can find Caleb now. But he did set it off. He did a medley of his hits and stuff like that. Look at these boys going, man. They performing. I pull up at the club, VIP, gas tank on E. What'd he say? Oh, he doing independent. You know what that means? She got her own crib. She got her own car. Hey, he don't like it now. Hey, Boosie. Let me see what song you doing now. Oh, he's still doing independent. But yeah, man. Now I'm enjoying the show now. But yeah, I say all this to say like Boosie is obviously tied in, feels very passionate about Southern University, is his roots in Baton Rouge. You know, obviously he's at every Hawks game on the sideline or courtside and stuff like that. He wasn't there tonight because he was in Baton Rouge for the Boosie Fest and things of that sort. But he's very passionate about Louisiana and Baton Rouge. They're very passionate about him. Him, Lil Wayne, Hot Boys, Master P. They really don't play about them boys. YB, Kevin, they don't play about them boys at all in this state. And yeah, man. I say all that to say it's a unfortunate kind of situation there because I ain't even gonna lie to you. I think Boosie just thought he was doing a good thing. And he said, can we do the memorial scholarship? They said, yeah, let's do it. And then he run and put it on the flyer next to Sexy Red and Glorilla. They said we ain't going. And it's like, well, dang. Even if it won't tie to the thing, right? If it wasn't tied to the festival, would you just want it to be the Boosie presents, Boosie sponsored Caleb Wilson or Caleb Wilson Human Jukebox Memorial Scholarship sponsored, powered by Boosie? Like, would you want Boosie's name? Because it's like, it's one thing if you like, I don't want Glorilla and Sexy Red's name next to my son, right? But it's another thing to be like, we just thought it was gonna be Boosie's name. Like, it's Boosie's name that, like, no disrespect to Boosie. Like, I'm sure Boosie heard this, he agreed with me. But like, it's Boosie's name like that much just like higher morale ground than Sexy Red and Glorilla and the baby? I don't think so. But hey, what do I know? That's one of those things. Uh it's like, where do you draw the line of morals, in my opinion? Because it's, you see say a turkey drive, right? Say Chris Brown was doing a turkey drive in Cali, and your family was in need for some extra food for Thanksgiving. And this will really help you out if you didn't have to worry about them $200 of extra Thanksgiving food you're going to have to give. Chris Brown's letting you off with that. Are you going to accept it and be like, thank you, Chris Brown? Or if people knew that you got that food from Chris Brown, they're going to be like, oh, I ain't eating this. He and you know what I'm saying? You know the words that come with Chris Brown. I'll say toxic for the sake of the stream and for the sake of YouTube monetization. But he toxic. I ain't gonna do that. He got toxic past, and he do this to women and stuff like that, right? So I don't know. I just say, like, I feel like people, they really, okay, so D1 breaks it down like this all the time. Cognitive dissonance. We know it's wrong, but it sounds good, so we bump it and support it anyway, inadvertently, whether or not like we paying or whatever. Like a stream, playing, singing it around, like, is low-key support, you know what I'm saying? Supporting the artists and stuff like that. So it's just like, we can say, oh, Boosie, we partying the Boosie, everything like that. Thank you so much, Boosie. And then it's like, but if we transition, right? Transition from this earth, then now it's a problem to have Boosie's name attached to him. Well, it wasn't a problem to have Boosie name attached to the boy, you know what I'm saying? 3 months ago. Was it a problem then? Was it a problem? Okay, I don't want to attack the family because that could come off crazy. That could come off crazy. But I'm just pointing it out. And if they cuss me out, oh, please don't cuss me out. Pray for the Wilson family. Support for the Wilson family as always. I think I should stop talking before I get in trouble. Get myself in trouble, man. But I do think it's food for thought. I do think it's food for thought because it's like, I understand that wanting your son's legacy and his memory to be tied to Glorilla and Sexy Red. At the same time, are you cool with your son's name being tied to Boosie? Right? Because like, he came to you and you guys came to an agreement and approval to do this memorial scholarship. And Boosie came to you to talk about it. So it's like, you guys okayed it, greenlit it. But it's a problem when it's on a rap festival, or is it because you don't know? Okay, this is the other side of it. They genuinely did not know at this for-profit event, at this event for consumerism, at this event with the Eventbrite tickets and stuff like that, how much of the money was actually going to go to the memorial scholarship, or if any of the money was going to go to the memorial scholarship, and Boosie was just going to collect all the money and then give, like, say 100,000 to put in a scholarship pot or something like that, or like 50,000, 10,000, 20,000 to go in the scholarship, whatever tuition is at Southern University for a year. Give them that money, put it in a pot after the fact. Or is all of this going directly to the scholarship memorial fund and nobody's touching it, and it just continues to stack every year for students to keep going back to if they're from New Orleans and joining the Human Jukebox? So it's like, it could just be the money thing. If it's the money thing, I get it. Wilson family, I'm with you all the way if it's the money thing, because you're like, okay, hold on, we ain't sit down how we gonna split it up with the festival, everything like that, the money, and we don't want you using our son's tragedy for sympathy money, and you make more money off of the event this weekend because people want to support Caleb and they think they're supporting a larger cause, the tragedy and the trauma and the grief that our family has to live through, and you getting the buck off of it, and you not giving as much as you said you was going to get, or you're not giving it at all. We don't know how much you're giving because you didn't disclose that. So in that case, if it's not, because you don't want your son tied to certain rappers' names, Glorilla and Sexy Red and the baby, I'm not okay with that. I don't really like that decision. But on the other end, if it's about the money and purely the money, hold on, Boosie, we ain't talk about this money thing. You're gonna be making $100,000 this weekend in Baton Rouge with this Boosie Fest. And now you don't put proceeds going to the Caleb Wilson Foundation or the Caleb Wilson Memorial Scholarship. How much of the Caleb Wilson Memorial Scholarship is actually going to us? I get that 100%, and I'm behind that Wilson family. I get that. I understand it now. It just took me a little minute. It's late when I'm recording and stuff like that. But if it is about the rapper and the rapper image, then I don't really like that, because it's like, once again, on that side of things, a lot of people want to separate from rappers and stuff like that. But it's like, you party to rappers, you listen to rappers, you dance to a rapper. Even if you don't listen to secular music, if you've gone to a wedding or a basketball game or a football game or a baseball game, a sporting event, and they played some of that rap music, if you like the beat, you might not have been able to hear all the words because you in a crowded area in an arena or a stadium, and they were the whole game, right? But you might hear that beat and you might. So it's like, hip hop, we place on a pedestal and we use it to party and stuff like that. And then it's like, when hip hop tries to do something right or something nice or something different out the ordinary, put their name to it, like, we got this from singing this. Remember this, that wipe me down a fresh, yeah, sing on you, like all that stuff. Oh, now you don't want to be affiliated with that. It's not up to par. But that not up to par. What Cardi say? Made a meal off that mumbling. Bought a crib for my mom off that mumbling. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I just want people to respect the hip hop form. And it's like, it's cool. It's cool. If something seems out of the way, degenerate, just terrible to you, I get it. I respect it. I'm with you 100%. If it's forget them, it's terrible for the culture. I don't want my name next to it. I don't like the culture. Like D1 says, we got to destroy the culture and start from ground one, build it back up. D1's doing the whole thing. He just released a single, Gangsta, and he's redefining what gangsta means. And it's like going after, and it's something positive like that, for all the glory. It's something like that at the end, right? So that's what D1's doing. And I understand if you feel that way about rap music and stuff. Just feel that way all the time, in that instance. Because don't say it's cool for Caleb to march and play in the band with Boosie performing his biggest hits at the Bayou Classic 50-yard line at the Superdome just 5-6 months ago. But 5-6 months later, Boosie can't put his name on my son's Memorial Scholarship Fund. Like, that's what I don't like, if that's the case. But if it's just solely just about the money part of it, of like how much of this money from Boosie Fest is going to us, we didn't discuss the split. We didn't discuss like if it's going to come in. We haven't discussed how we're going to be able to track if it actually came directly from the festival. I get that 100%, because business is business, money is money, and you're not about to make an extra buck than you would have made already by using clout off of our late son's name. I get that 100%, and I'm with that. I just don't want it to be like, oh, I want my son's name tied next to Glorilla and Sexy Red, when it's like, he was just performing with Boosie a few months ago, and I'm pretty sure he was like, I'm proud of my son at that moment. And then Boosie came to you with his money, right? Well, or you know the background that he has money, and you know how he got that money of rapping. I like it nasty. I like it nasty. You know what I'm saying? Like ignorant stuff. You want to say, if you want to just be flat out Southern ignorant stuff that might embarrass you, right? But he had the money that appealed to you, and an idea with his money as a base start for this Memorial Scholarship. Let's do it. I'm in. Because at that point, you're just looking at a businessman who got the money. If you're looking at how he got the money and you don't agree with this lyrics and you don't agree with this public image being tied to your son's legacy, that's a whole nother thing, man. But that's where I stand with it. I just want people to respect the hip hop culture that they party and benefit off of and just have fun and a good time with. Yeah, that's all I want on that side of things. But if it's just about the money, I get it 100%. AG, pursue those legal actions as soon as possible to get down to the money. Like, all right, let's look at the books from the weekend. All right, y'all made this much of this. Did y'all have a booth that said Caleb Wilson Memorial Scholarship Fund and have people drop down dollars like they do the little coffee cups at the coffee shops that say tips at the front? Like, we need all that money. How much of that money did you like? I agree. I'm with that all 100%. I just don't want it to be like we didn't want our son's legacy to be next to Glorilla and Sexy Red's name. It was gonna be next to Boosie's name. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So yeah. And then the last thing, going back to the last topic, this will be the first time in NCAA women's basketball tournament history that the team expanded to 64 games in 1994, where 0 teams seeded 11th or lower won a game in a round of 64. It was literally no upsets, bro. That's a whole nother rant. And yeah. Now I have random reactions, but I got like further than I thought I would tonight. So I think I'm not gonna do any reactions. I'm gonna just go to sleep. And I wish everybody a great night. And because I don't want to force anything and just, just put up reacting to Beyond Scared and Straight when people reacted to Beyond Scared and Straight on this YouTube for years now. So I don't want to force the evergreen content reactions. I want to keep it to, I guess, a little more original, just news commentary and things of that sort. If you are new to the channel, my name is Rashad Milligan. As always, please take care of yourselves. I care for you. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Have a great morning. Have a good day. Peace.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.